Okay, this is the second part of a series of videos I'm doing looking at the history of music. I've gone all the way back to 1953 and just want to see how music sort of develops over time and what similarities there are. So, quick recap what we did last time. I introduced a major scale. Now the idea of this isn't aimed specifically at guitar players, it's just anyone who's interested in music to give them a general idea of how it comes together. So yeah, that last video I looked at the major scale, which is the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do sound. And then from there I said that you can turn that into a group of chords. Again, don't worry about how, but you end up with this group of chords. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then that's the same as 1 but twice as high. So the next song we're going to look at is Elvis made it famous as far as I'm aware. It's called Crying in the Chapel, but there was a 53 version, I think it was the Orioles or something like that. So let me just quickly go through that. You saw me crying in the chapel. The tears I shed were tears of joy. I know the meaning of contentment. I am happy with the Lord. Ticks along like that. That's the first verse, and I think it's pretty much all it is, just changing the lyrics. So the main thing that I want to focus on is this, because it's a very common chord progression, and jazz music, it's used in that so much. Every jazz sort of standard jazz song would have that 2-5-1 in it, I assume. So yeah, as I've said, it's a 2-5-1. So if we had that group of chords 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then the 2 is this chord here, and then the 5 is here, and here is the 1. Da 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 da. So when I've been going through these sort of popular songs from 1953, this is the first case that I found that uses that 2-5-1, but there's hundreds, thousands of songs which will have used the 2-5-1 before that. So yeah, that's the main thing I want to introduce, the 2-5-1, because that'll come up time and time again. Okay, we're going to have a look at one more song, and again it's from 1953, and it's a Tony Bennett song called Rags to Riches. If you've seen the film Goodfellas, it's used on there. I think that's probably where I know it from. So this is a classic example of how in music the same chord progressions appear time and time again. So this uses that same chord progression as Crying in the Chapel, the last song we did, which is a 2-5-1. So that's the main part of it. It actually goes up to this chord here, which is the 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 6 normally is a minor chord, which is this sound, but it changes here to a dominant 7, which is quite a common thing. Don't worry if you don't understand that. The main thing I want you to get from this is the use of the 2-5-1, and maybe kind of get used to how it sounds, this 2-5-1. So let me go through it. You know I'd go from rags to riches if you would only say you care. Although my pocket may be empty, I'd be a millionaire. So again, yeah, he uses that 2-5-1. That is the main part of it, 2-5-1. So as we find other songs which use these same chord progressions, I'll go into a little bit more depth, but it's just to introduce one little new thing with each session. So the thing I'm introducing here is the 2, 5, 1. Okay, that'll do us.